You want to mark off with a marker all the alignment points, so that way you know when you put this back, it's going to line up properly. So this is from a latch from a 2021 Model 3 Performance, and we're going to take this off, put the Hansshow bracket on. We'll have to cut the bottom of this trim work off to have it fit in places over here. So you take off the housing, 2 bolts here. Make sure you mark where the alignment is, otherwise when you put it back you're going to have a hard time lining it properly. Use a Sharpie just to make sure I knew where it was and all the bolts where they line up. The Hansshow bracket that comes with the 2021 model is going to line up on the back. You're going to put this in this pin here. Make sure you attach the cable from the new actuator here, and it will just go back like this with the appropriate spring adjustment, and this attached to this point here where my thumb is. All right, so you're gonna hold the housing, latch housing in your hand like this. Put your thumb on this so it doesn't spring back, and we need to take this spring and remove the tension. It's really not that much tension, but just hold it there, and then slip this over. Put the tension rod back. And that should hold it in place. So from the front of the car, this trim work that needs to be cut from the left over towards about 2 5/8 all the way to 4 5/8. I'm gonna cut that piece out. I'm just gonna use a coping saw. Make sure that it's not in the way. So I finished cutting it out. You see the cutout there. Again, it's about 2 5/8 to 4 5/8 from the left over on each side. That'll allow this bracket, when it's, to be placed like that when everything's connected. So the spring's back in place. This is attached. The bracket's in place. I put everything over the original location, and make sure that you line up your original marks that you had with the bolts that were taken off, so that way the entire housing lines up properly. So I mounted the actuator underneath here with some zip ties. There's one lead that goes into this bracket for the pull, and then the other lead goes into the front bumper for the emergency release. So the actuator for the Hansshow latch release has a emergency release. So on the front of the bumper, you're gonna see a tow hitch cap. Take that off. You have 2 leads in there that have connection. If your battery dies, you can hook up the battery connections here. But you wanna zip tie that connection or the emergency release from Hansshow into this so it doesn't fall back into the cavity of the hood.